A new one to us. This is Big Bowse, and we've got their spicy Sarinade premium sauce. Alright, so this is a company that contacted us and said, hey, can you try our sauce? We'd like you to sort of offer your opinion. Now, so what we do in these situations is we buy it. So if people get in touch and if we like the idea of it, then we'll basically make a purchase and off we go. We've had a discussion about this off camera. We're a little bit concerned and perplexed over what we've actually received. So firstly, this arrived in a jiffy like bubble bag envelope, which in itself has just got Breakman's written all over it, but it made it safely, so fair enough. I don't know how well you guys can see. We'll put a picture up on the screen. The fill level on this bottle is low. It's really low. It's here. Now they actually declare something like 125ml on the bottle, and if you know what these bottles are, then you'll know they're technically around about 148ml or 5 ounce and old money. But the thing is that if you don't know that, it looks like it's underfilled. Yeah. And as a retailer, if I was a retailer, I wouldn't be stocking this based on its look alone.
But the first question that sort of comes to your mind is, why put 125ml of sauce in a 148 bottle? If you've got a 148 bottle, then fill it.
Fill it as much as you can,
yeah. Or use a 125ml bottle if you can get one. But
I know with hot filling, you get a little bit of settlement.
Yeah.
But that much?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't quite look right, because I mean you've got this lovely sort of metal substrate sort of foil print on the label, but then you've got this kind of untidy looking shrink seal, which again doesn't have a lot of retail appeal to me. And you can actually get these shrink seals with like metal bands on as well, can't you? So
one thing with the heat shrink, common practice, everyone uses them. But don't normally do this, but I am going to come a bit closer to camera. Now, it should hopefully focus in. I hate doing that. You see it's very, very wrinkled and crumpled. Now, this is one of a few different things in the process. Either the heat gun's too cold, or the heating mechanism they're using is too cold, so it doesn't shrivel up, shrink evenly, or it can be used. They may be using a hairdryer.
But it's split at the top though. So
yeah. So it just looks untidy.
Yeah.
That's our first impressions.
Yeah.
So I think
it's an odd one, isn't it? I mean, the sauce could blow us away. So you know, we're gonna separate the two sort of opinions, if you will, because obviously it's what it tastes like. But I think there is work to be done on presentation, definitely. They've trademarked the word Sarinade as well. I'm not entirely sure why. I mean, most hot sauces stand up as a marinade anyway, but that's you know, that's their call. So I suppose the other thing is, unless there's a plug in here, of course, but I don't think there is. No, so there's no plug, so it is really quite a low fill level. Classic sort of smoky Chipotle, it's like sort of tomato-ish.
So yeah, we've got the ingredients up on screen now. Okay. Nice and smoothish.
Sort of smoothish, yeah.
Yeah, you got the
coffee in it as well. Coffee and Chipotle are always a good mix.
Yeah. Yeah, you get the smell of the aroma of the Chipotle, a bit of tomato in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sort of sweet.
Molasses, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And coconut sugar, I think, is all on the label. So.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Enjoy. Right.
So it goes.
Let's go. Right. Where do I start? The coffee comes through. Definitely, the Chipotle comes through. Very smoky. For my palate, it just doesn't bode well. There's quite a few strong flavours in there.
It's unbalanced. It's really unbalanced.
And they're fine with each other. We were hoping a bit more for this one.
There's texture still in the onion oil.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a claim on the label that they're shaking up the hot sauce category, and I'm not sure how with that actually.
Yeah, you won't be able to hear it on camera. I don't think it'll pick it up. You've got a lot of crunching, which is going to be the onion.
It's like it's not cooked out, yeah.
Yeah. You've got a very, very fluid sauce. Yeah. You got the crunchy in there, and it almost tastes and feels like it's raw.
Yeah.
Like Joe said, I'm not thoroughly cooked.
The aftertaste is bitter. I'm not liking that. Sometimes it's not always a bad thing, but I'm left with sort of smoky. The coffee comes and goes really quickly for me. It's minimal, I think. Yeah. I want to try and find something good about this at the moment, and I'm struggling. And it's not often, hopefully, guys, you know us by now that we'll always try and find a silver lining in these things when sauces aren't quite to our liking. I think it needs work. It needs work. I think actually the sweetness could be upped, and I'm not a big fan of sweet and chili together, but actually on that, I think a little bit on the way of sort of brown sugar rather than molasses even actually would be a bit better. It needs bulking out a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
it needs cooking out. It feels like it needs cooking out. It feels raw.
Yeah. Yeah. If you feel you get that crunchy in it, that has to be the onion in there. And like Jay said, the balance isn't there. You're getting a lot of things hitting your palate straight away, and it's the coffee, it's the chipotle. It's quite an overpowering chipotle with the coffee. It's very, if it was balanced right, I think it might work right. I think it just, like Jay said, it just needs a bit of work.
Yeah, I mean, so they're saying Sarinade. That's their trademarked words for sauce stroke marinade. I mean, marinade actually, it's got potential. I would be adding stuff to it.
Yeah, because it's very runny.
So it does have a marinade potential. I would be adding maybe a little touch of honey in there, or
to help it stick.
Just to help it stick, and also just to bring that sweetness level to something a little bit more palatable.
I think if you use it as is, then you'd marinate it, but then if I had wings or something like that, a bit of chicken or something, I'd be basting it as well, and basting it regularly because you need to build up the layers.
Yeah.
But then, like Jay said, what you could do is in a separate bowl, just add a bit of honey just to thicken it up, and then.
Yeah, I mean, I think the coconut sugar is a nice idea, but actually I would switch it to brown for sure.
I mean, heat level 2, maybe 3.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's fine. It's just Chipotle sauce, so I'm kind of alright with that. Chipotle is never going to be blindingly hot, and if it is, it's going to be so much of the stuff that everything else gets lost. So it's got potential. It's definitely got potential. It does need work on both presentation and on actual content itself, I'm sorry to say. So
if you're going to send a product to us, because like Jay said, we've got an online application. People contact us, and then we purchase it direct from the site. They potentially might know who's buying it because of the address it's getting sent to. Now, whether that was a bad bottle, but we're just genuine customers like yourselves out there. We bought a bottle through our system, purchased it. This is what we got.
We can only judge it on what we've been.
Yeah, this is our honest opinion.
It might have been a one-off. It could be that all the others will feel perfectly and look great. I don't know. So, but we can only judge what we've got in front of us. So
we'd like to hear your feedback on it.
Yeah.
If any of you had it before or tried it, just let us know as well in the comments below.
Yeah.
We always try and answer, and it'd be interesting to see what you guys think out there.
Yeah.
So I
there we go.
That's quite a long review.
It's an unusual one for us. Yeah. But, I mean, it was just one that kind of got us talking, so there we go. Alright guys, thank you as always. Do feel free to click that lovely little button in the middle right there, and there are several videos for you here if you haven't seen them already, and we will see you guys on the next video. Cheers.